Hello, it's Mosquito Squisher 7, and today I have the last of my LEGO Transformers builds on my backlog, animated Ratchet. So you can see him here in the ambulance mode. I have the light bar in the correct colors, unlike the old deluxe. And if we spin this around, you can see I have the electrocardiogram symbol. This is a custom sticker, but for extra purist points, I did cut it out of the background of an old Lego sticker sheet. Anyways, here over to the back, you can see you got the tail lights and the tiny little windows that were harder to get in than I expected it would be. And see around to the other side. He does roll. And now for some size comparisons in alt mode. Here's Ratchet with my animated Bumblebee. Here he is with my animated Sentinel. Kind of funny how even though Sentinel's taller, Ratchet looks a little bit bigger in alt mode and has more pieces. And here he is with a Studio Series Deluxe. And without further ado, here's Ratchet's transformation. Here's Ratchet in his bot mode, and there's a few things I did to try to make it more screen accurate than the old Deluxe. I had his insignia flip out so it's not visible on the hood in alt mode. I had the panels on his shoulders actually formed from the electrocardiogram symbol panels on the ambulance. Down here I was able to at least partially hide the little winch bull bar section, and over here I had included these little bitty shoulder pads he's got. And there's a little empty spot on his forearm. Now for articulation, there's some outward arm movement here, elbow joint, bicep swivel, forward arm movement, the head can look up and down, can't really turn left and right, but it can tilt. Over to the legs, they can kick forward. There's a thigh swivel and a 90-degree knee joint. And there's also ankle tilt. Since they're attached by a stud, you can also get some hand rotation, like that. For accessories, I've included his magnets. So, we have these pieces here that you can just clip on with the 3.2mm clips on the bottom of his forearms. And get the other side. There we go. And I also have these similar pieces, but there's a stud here, and they can just peg in on the top sides, completing the magnets. And whoop. And get the last one. There we go. Ratchet with his magnets. If you remove this little black tile on his forearm, like so, I also have his EMP generator. So that can just peg in there on the exposed stud, like so. And I have an alternate tile that you can easily swap out if you want the EMP generator to be present but retracted. For bot mode size comparison, here's Ratchet with animated Bumblebee, with animated Sentinel, and with a Studio Series Deluxe. For actual size here, I have this scale marker, and Ratchet is about 16.5 studs tall. This has been Mosquito Squisher 7 with my Transformers animated Ratchet, last of my backlog, but I'll probably have more builds in the new year. Support my Pontiac Vibe build on LEGO Ideas, and have a Merry Christmas!